Hello and happy October. This is probably my favorite month. I love Halloween, I love fall and all the seasonal changes, and I love the kickoff of the holidays. It's so fun for me. But I want to speak to that a little bit today, the not so fun side. And that is to remind you that candy is always an option. Always an option, not just on Halloween, but today, tomorrow, and every day. And I want to give you permission to give yourself and your kids the freedom to celebrate, to have fun with treats. Because the way you think and feel about food affects you on every level. And it's often more toxic than the food itself. Those toxic thoughts are more harmful than the sugar or the calories or whatever it is that you are vilifying in the moment. As you play with your food choices and your eating habits this month, any month, keep these few tips in mind, okay? Ask yourself, why? Are you hungry? Are you bored? Are you tired? Are you lonely? All of the above. Maybe your why is something like, it sounds fun. Awesome. That's great. Have fun with your food by all means. This is a cue to get clear on what you want to experience with your food. Okay. The other thing to think about is once you know why or what you want, then you can actually satisfy the craving behind it, or you can satisfy that physical craving by just being with it physically. I mean, this is multidimensional, multifaceted, right? Cravings can have various meanings, and that's probably something I'll talk to you later, because that's like a real conversation worth having. But when you go to satisfy that craving, then be with that craving and be with the satisfaction of satisfying it. Okay, engage your five senses and really savor the moment. And when you choose to eat a sweet, it becomes easier to check in with yourself and to ask what you want if you've already had practice listening to your body and how it responds to those certain foods, certain quality of foods, and certain quantities of food. You know what it feels like in your body because you've practiced, you've exposed yourself to these foods frequently. And when you do that, and when you check in regularly, you can then ascertain why or when you don't feel good, and then act accordingly. But let me be super clear, okay? Just because you may not feel well when eating candy, it does not make candy bad. It's not a bad food. And you are not a bad person for eating candy. And you're not a bad mom for letting your kids eat it either, okay? Drill that into your brain. It's super important. Also important is to remember to allow regular access to treats, simply because you're going to encounter them throughout your life. You just will. Whether it's in your house, at a friend's house, at school, at work, it's a part of life. It just is. And you cannot live in a bubble. It's unsustainable and it's not realistic. Food often plays an integral part in any celebration or holiday tradition, right? And it's important to honor all of your needs, not just your hunger and satiety cues, the needs that you have for celebration. And honoring your need for connection is just as important, if not more so, as listening to your physical cues. So I hope that's helpful. Maybe that's kind of brought up some cognitive dissonance for you. Lean into that, get curious, and see how you can start playing with these play foods to lessen the stigma around those certain foods. And I'm willing to bet that it will help relieve some of that tension, and you can actually enjoy yourself this month, any month, with how you choose to celebrate and how you choose to connect with your family, friends, community, and more importantly, how you choose to connect with your body and the food you use to nourish it. So good luck. Would love to hear how this has helped. If you have any questions, let me know. And happy eating.